We are trying to build wealth here, but UK government is like, over my dead body. You want to do what? Bring the money. All right, stop whatever you're doing. The UK government just dropped a bombshell that could quietly empty the savings we have worked so hard to build. For many of us who came to this country, the dream of building a life and creating wealth is now under serious threat. If you are working, or you have a savings account, or own a property, or you are even planning to, you need to listen up, because I'm about to break down exactly what the new autumn budget means for you and me, and the steps we must take to protect our money. If you're new here, hi, my name is Yvonne, and on this channel, I share my personal experiences, career, and personal finance tips to make your life as an immigrant in the UK very smooth. I also laugh at my pain sometimes, so I would highly recommend that you subscribe, like this video, leave a comment so you don't miss any videos from me. For now, let's get right into it. Like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. See, we came to the UK to work hard and build a better future for ourselves. But whilst we've been focused on that, the government has gone ahead to change the rules of the game. A few days ago, Rachel Reeves, who is the Chancellor, unveiled her autumn budget. And basically, they want to raise £26 billion. And it's mostly from our personal finances. In my opinion, this is no different from you working hard abroad and people back home adding you to their budget for the month. So this month, I will ask for £50 from this person. I'll ask for, yes, exactly like that. And the funny part is, currently the headlines are saying income taxes are not going up. But the reality is a lot sneakier. And for us, a lot more dangerous. Let's look at the three biggest threats. The first thing is that now they've extended the freeze on income tax and national insurance thresholds all the way to April 2031. I don't want to be working till then, but I digress. This is a stealth tax called fiscal drag. In basic terms, the amount you can earn before you start paying basic tax, which is 20%, or higher rate tax, which is 40%, is frozen. So let's say your current salary is 50k and your employer says, oh, because inflation has gone up to 5%, we are increasing your salary by 2%, which is a joke, but that's the reality. This will take you to the 40% tax bracket, because remember, we have tax bands, right? And once you go over approximately 50k, you enter the 40% tax bracket. So this 2% jump will take you into that bracket. So we end up paying more tax without them announcing any tax hikes. And for us immigrants, we always try to climb the career ladder fast, or we always try to find higher salaries. So this is going to be a heavy blow for us. And our progress is going to feel smaller because the taxman is taking a bigger slice of every raise or pay increase we get. The second one, and this is a direct hit, is the cash ISA. So the cash ISA allowance is getting slashed. From April 2027, the amount you can save tax-free in your cash ISA is going to be reduced from 20k to 12k if you are under 65. And this is so funny to me because how many people are saving money after 65? Only a handful, right? So the majority of the young working class are going to be hit by this slash, especially if you are striving to earn more and build wealth. And the government claim this is to encourage people to invest more in the stock market. But I don't think this is the right way to go about it. People are still learning what stocks and shares even means. So for now, they will keep their money in savings accounts and savings pots. And to be honest, when you are an immigrant like me in a new country, cash is a safe option. I say this because that is where I started, so I understand. Many of us are not ready to jump into the stock markets. So the cash ISA has always been the #1 safe place to build an emergency fund or save for a house deposit without HMRC dipping into it. And this change chops our ability to do that by 40%. And the third thing is that they are coming for any money we make outside our 9 to 5. So from April 2026 for dividends and April 2027 for other savings. So basically the taxes we pay for income on our savings, dividends, and property is going up. For example, the basic rate on savings, interest, and rental income is climbing from 20% to 22%. And dividend income is also on the rise, increasing by 2%. So if we have been smart enough to start building a small rental portfolio or start investing, our tax bill and the dream of financial freedom, oh, it's now far away. So you might be thinking, okay, but these changes affect everyone. Why is this a specific crisis for immigrants? And that, my friend, is the million-dollar question. It's because our financial journeys are fundamentally different. We're not the same. Most of us didn't show up with a trust fund or a UK family inheritance. I know I didn't. I am the trust fund. We are first generation, so we are building everything from scratch. Believe me, we don't have the bank of mom and dad to call on to when it's time to pay house deposits. Every single pound in our bank account is a result of our blood, sweat, and tears, and us basically trying to figure out a system that wasn't designed for us. And slashing the cash ISA allowance is a perfect example, because for many immigrants, the stock market can feel terrifying. I didn't even want to hear it when I first came here because I came from a country with an unstable financial market. So I have trust issues, and I was taught that tangible cash is the only real way to save. So for me, the cash ISA was the perfect bridge. It's simple, it's government backed like T-bills back home, and it's tax free. So it was that safe first step into the UK financial world. And ripping away a huge chunk of that allowance either pushes us towards risk we aren't ready for, or shoves our savings back into regular bank accounts where any interest could get taxed depending on your tax band. Then there is the pressure. So many of us carry the weight of the expectations from our families back home. And there is that unspoken duty to be successful, which often means sending money back home. And we call it black tax, while also saving for huge goals here like buying a house. So that fiscal drag just means less take-home pay, even though you busted your buttocks for that promotion you just got. And higher property income tax makes the buy-to-let investment I have been thinking about look less appealing. We are trying to build wealth here, but UK government is like, over my dead body. You want to do what? Bring the money. We have dreams of owning our own home, of creating future income for our kids, of one day being financially free and escaping the matrix called corporate world. But again, here we are. The UK government will hand you something with one hand and use two hands to take something from you. And if we do nothing, our savings will slowly get eaten away. And that corporate ladder we are climbing will lead us to nowhere. But we are not going to let that happen, right? So let me give you the 5 actionable steps that we can use to fight back so we can protect our money and stay safe out there. I don't like presenting problems without a solution. And this is not the time to play the victim. It's the time to be strategic. So the first thing I would do if I have the money is I'll max out my 20k ISA allowance now. This is our first urgent task. The allowance cut doesn't happen until April 2027. So that gives us this tax year and the next to use the full 20k allowance. We shouldn't waste it. If we have savings in regular bank accounts getting hit with tax, make it a priority to move as much as possible into the cash ISA before April 2027. And even more importantly, it's time to get comfortable with the stocks and shares ISA. The government is being very clear. They want us to invest. The overall ISA limit for stocks and shares ISA is still staying at 20k. That hasn't changed. They are just limiting how much of it can be cash. Remember, the 20k limit is not just for cash ISA, it's for all the ISAs. But at first, you could put all the 20k either in the cash ISA or all the 20k either in the stocks and shares ISA. But now you can put 12k in the cash ISA and the rest of the 8k can go into your stocks and shares ISA. Or you can put 12k in cash ISA, 4k in stocks and shares ISA, and 4k in your lifetime ISA, because the lifetime ISA limit is 4k. So stocks and shares let you invest your money tax-free. And yes, there is risk and value can go up and down, but historically, long-term returns have been higher than regular savings accounts or even cash ISA interest rates. And I currently have a 19% return on my investment. So you don't have to become a stock picking wizard. You can start with simple, low-cost global funds. So I would say start learning to invest safely within a tax-free account, aka stocks and shares ISA. I actually have a video breaking down investments in the UK. I'll link it up here for you to check out. The second thing I'm doing is creating a fiscal drug-proof budget. Fiscal drug is the silent thief of pay rises. And while we can't stop it, we can outsmart it. And we have to be more deliberate with our budgeting. So the next time we get a promotion or a pay bump, we shouldn't just look at the big headline number. Go online, use a UK salary tax calculator and figure out your exact new monthly take-home pay. You might be surprised at how smaller the jump is. And I also have a checklist in the description box that can help you on what to do before your next pay rise, because you might even lose some benefits you didn't know you had. Now, when you know the real number, you can adjust your budget without overspending based on money you will never see. And this is how you stop lifestyle creep from eating into your progress. We have to be intentional. Take a chunk of that actual pay increase and move it directly into your savings or investment accounts before you are even tempted to spend it. Because I know you. This will make sure that we are getting ahead of the tax man. The third thing I would do is urgently review my investment investment and property strategy. If you are a landlord or have investments outside an ISA, you need to sit down and have a serious talk with yourself, because taxes on rental and savings interest are jumping by 2% from April 2027, and dividend tax is going up in April 2026. So for landlords, your profit margin is about to shrink. You have to rerun the numbers with the new 22% basic tax rate on your profits, and higher if you are in a higher bracket. Does the property still make financial sense? And for investors, holding dividend-paying stocks outside ISA accounts is now looking less attractive. And the solution, once again, is to shelter as much as possible in tax-efficient ISA accounts. And if you are one of the very few who has been successful enough to own a property worth over £2 million, you must be aware of the new mansion tax. At this point, the beef that the UK has with rich people is not going to end anytime soon. No. Now, this mansion tax is a high-value council tax surcharge coming in April 2028. It's an extra annual charge starting at $2,500 on top of your normal council tax. And guess what? This will be passed on to the tenants. Now, the fourth thing I am doing is understanding the new pension rules. And this is a bit more advanced, but it's crucial. Many companies offer salary sacrifice pension schemes. Here, you put part of your pre-tax salary into your pensions, saving both you and your employer from paying higher national insurance. Now, the government is capping that insurance relief at £2,000 a year from April 2029. This wasn't there before. There was no cap on it. They want more money into the national insurance. So for the people who are high earners or contribute a lot through the salary sacrifice, unfortunately, you might pay more NI in the future. Now, we shouldn't panic and stop our contribution. A pension is still one of the best ways to save for retirement, but we need to be aware of this change. Find out how your company's pensions work. If you are concerned, talk to HR or a financial advisor to make sure your retirement plan stays on track. And the fifth thing is that let's stop trying to figure out everything on our own. As immigrants, we often have a fierce sense of independence and somehow not very comfortable talking about our finances because we know there is someone back home listening, watching, and calculating. Or we are scared of if you're for village people. My dear, they can't do FOCO. There is God on our side, okay? And yes, we had to be independent to get here. But when you're dealing with a financial system that keeps changing the rules, that independence might become a liability. We don't have to become experts overnight. That's what professionals are for. And the cost of winging it or getting bad advice or no advice is now higher than ever. Seriously, you might consider paying a one-off consultation with a qualified independent financial advisor who can look at your specific situation and map out a plan that accounts for all these new rules for you. If that's not an option for you right now, dedicate some time to your own financial education from credible UK sources. Follow reputable financial creators, read the books, and use the online tools. I won't bury my hands in the sand because the rules keep changing. So being proactive is no longer just a good idea. It's essential for our survival and success in the UK because we want to make it all. We don't want to go back home empty-handed. I know this is a lot and it can feel totally overwhelming. And to get started, I've created a simple budget tracker that you can download for free. The link is in the description and it will help you get a clear handle on your numbers so you can start planning. Because in the UK, you need to stay on top of your finances. If not, you will work and work and work and might not have anything to show for it. And if you want a personalized one-on-one help to build a financial plan that will shield you from these tax hikes and set you up on a wealth building journey, you can book a call with me using the second link. So to wrap up, the bottom line is that the UK government needs to raise money and the savings and assets of hard-working individuals are squarely in their sights. And for us immigrants, the hill is steeper, but our will to climb is what is stronger. Hallelujah. Or I should leave you alone. We have overcome far bigger challenges to be here, and we can overcome this one for sure. By understanding what's happening around us, planning strategically, and taking clear action, we can protect our savings and keep building the secure future we came here to create. So please don't let these rules derail you from your dreams. It shan't. So let me ask you, which of these changes have you the most worried? Let's chat in the comments and help each other figure it out. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye. You still won't subscribe after making you laugh, giving you this information, breaking it down for you in a way that you can understand. You won't subscribe. Okay. Sorry, ma. Bye-bye.